we're just getting set up. Sorry guys, we're just getting ready. We're going to lower the back of the truck today. Letho's hurt his arm this morning, so we're going to have a role reversal where I'll actually do some work. We were just checking out, as I don't know if you guys saw that we got that new Fairmont for the kit and everything for our XR8, and then the interior in the Fairmont. We can go down and have a look if you want, guys. What do you reckon? What do you want to do? And yeah, I've got another Fairlane down the front. So same deal as what we've done with the Formula, which is here, which is find bits and pieces out of the yard. I was going to get the interior retrimmed in the Fairmont, but we've got a really good black leather. But there's a grey leather. We've got two Fairlanes down there. One's got grey leather in it, one's got black. And I think we decided on the black, didn't we?
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, because we've
got two cars with black interior.
Yeah, so that
really good one out of the two.
Yeah, so we can cherry pick all the best pieces to make another really nice car like this one. Yeah, is that James, is it? No. All right, I'll find a jack, guys. We'll get this thing jacked up. We got many on?
Yeah, I've got 59. It's
Cool.
just going up.
Yeah, cool. How is everyone? I'm going to find a jack so I can jack this up, and we're going to lower the back of this thing today. Because then once I've lowered the back, because we've lowered the front already, guys. Once I lower the back, I can set my height for my tray, and I can get stuck back into doing this thing. So, how many of you guys?
He just wants to have a chat to you about the tow, right?
Okay, cool. I'll pass you off to Leith. I'll just quickly talk to this bloke.
Something about lowering.
What we're going to do today.
Well, hopefully, if he's fast enough, we'll get the back low. It's exactly the same as what we did with the front. And once we get it sitting low enough, we'll probably make some mounts to drop the fuel tank down a little bit as well. And then on the other side, well, not today, but we'll end up making a toolbox as well. So by the time, the tank and the toolbox is down there and the truck's lowered, it'll make the whole thing look lower. And then also we can have basically the tray will be, just enough for the suspension travel, and it'll be a lot lower going through there. So it'll just look a lot neater and try and make the thing look as low as possible. I'm not too sure yet whether we're actually going to shorten the chassis a bit, because it looks a little cooler, a little bit stubbier, so we don't want too long a tray on it. Like, there's no way to get a car on it, so we might as well make it shorter and make it motorbike friendly or something like that. But yeah, I think I will, if I can move my arm shortly, I'll also measure up the engine and see what parts we need to buy for that.
So they want to know what you did.
Alright, I was climbing over a car and basically I stood on the bonnet and I fell backwards and put both my arms out to support myself, but then this one here, I hyperextended it, so I'm pretty much like that. But yeah, this one went way back too far, and if I had muscles, it would hurt a lot more.
Can you lift your shoulder?
Yeah, no, it's pretty bad. So it's basically just on the back of my bicep there, it's just all... yes, so I can't even drive a forklift at the moment. I probably couldn't even drive a car at the moment, so I'm just going to bum around and do as little as possible. I'll just talk to customers as they come in and hand tools to Red, I guess, while he's doing this. But I guess we need to get the thing up a bit. We'll probably just lift the back up with the forklift, I think. Might be able to try and bring the forklift through here.
Yep.
So lift the back up, we'll get stuck under the lift. So I can lift that. He's going again, so what's he after?
I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty hot here today.
Oh, yeah, 33 or something.
Yeah, where's your hat?
Where's my hat?
Yeah, where's your hat?
There.
Oh. Do I need to make you some hats?
No, I've got one there. I think it's actually at home. So.
Okay. Do you want me to make you some for just here at the workshop? Just a couple of bucket hats.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, all right. Just in black.
Yeah.
Yep, cool.
Get them printed up with Kingatow on it.
Yeah, no, I can do that. Because you prefer bucket over
Yeah.
caps, don't you? Yeah.
I'll get Kingatow
Swap
cap
over,
them
just
on.
one.
Yeah, it's cool. I'll do that for you.
Alright, I'll see if I can. There I go.
Don't drive it. Don't drive it if you can't.
All right. Well, we'll swap, Lee.
What? Yeah, I'm just going to pick up. Oh, okay, yeah, right.
Yep. All right. I'll grab a jack, guys. So where did Leith get to?
I think what we'll do is just get the forklift arm just under the back of here.
Yep.
And then we can just hold the back of the whole back of the thing
Yep.
up, and then we'll just use the jack to hold the diff housing up while
Done. Easy.
That's just going to make life easier because this forklift doesn't drop. So.
Yep. Sweet.
All right. All right.
So, did Leith explain all about the contest and stuff like that for people that haven't been with us? Okay, so since we started doing the dyna, okay, this is a giveaway truck, guys, for the guys that don't know what's going on. We haven't been back to it for a while because we've been so busy.
So this is the truck.
Okay, so it's a early Toyota dyna, guys. It's not rusty, as you can see. Okay, so it's in really, really good shape. It's not rusty around the screen. It's got really good patina. Okay, and it's all fairly well complete. Okay, we pulled the motor out on some previous live feeds. So any of you guys that want to get involved in the giveaway, okay, just go back and watch the previous ones. You'll see what's been done. We pulled the motor out and it's sitting in there on the bench. Leith hurt his arm this morning. He was going to measure that up so we can order the engine kit this week, but it might not happen today now. Okay, on the inside, okay, you can see inside the doors here, guys, where it's just not rusted out. Like, that's why we're doing this truck. And what we want to build is something that you guys can use, okay? It's just going to have a flatbed on it with a polished tray. It'll be a 3-seater. We're going to paint inside the cab so it's all clean. I'm putting an Australia flag for a hood liner that Dave, one of our subscribers, sent in to me. Thank you very much, Dave, to do that. So it'll have, the motor will just have a bit of a port job, a cam, the standard manual box, and it'll just be cool. For you guys that can't afford or don't have time to build something to take to car shows and stuff and drive around with your kids, this bad girl will be perfect. We will, the competition, we haven't worked out the ins and outs of it, but it's very hard to be able to give away a car. So what I think's going to happen, okay, is it'll be, the website goes live hopefully Wednesday for the merch. So once it comes around time to do the draw for it, okay, it'll be if you've made a purchase within this month, okay, and then that gives you the option to buy the truck for $1. Okay, so you get the option to buy it for $1. So you win that option to buy it. That way I'm not giving it away and I get away from all that lottery stuff because you've actually bought the truck. Does that make sense? Do you reckon we've skirted the law there enough, guys? What do you reckon?
It'll be fully roadworthy and all that sort of stuff.
And then me and Leith say, if you're in Sydney and you win it in Sydney, we'll road trip it down and bring it down to you. If you're in Melbourne, we'll road trip it to Melbourne. We're not going to road trip it to Perth. We will road trip it to a freight company if you want to get it freighted across. And the person that wins it, I'd like them to use it, not get it and sell it. I want to, I want you to go to car shows and send me a photo and say, dude, out with the kids today, sweet, you know what I mean? That's the sort of thing I want to build, something that you guys can enjoy and use.
Okay,
yeah.
So
we'll jump out of the sun for a second, guys, and you can ask me some questions. And see
Ben Arnold done a super chat $5,
Ben,
and
thank you very much, buddy.
So did Astra Love. Said great to see the truck again. The dyna. Oh, that was hot.
Yeah, we've been working on this ute this week, guys. So we're going to sell the little courier ute. The interior's come a long way. Nicole can probably show you that. I've done some video on it, guys. I went to edit last night, but my computer. All the hood liner's been sorted now. The dash is back in, that flock dash that we done. The new steering wheel's on. The door trims are done. A lot of the engine bay's back together now. It's all dusty and dirty, but it is getting there, guys. Like it's she's a mad little turbo, this thing. It's good. We've got to sort out an airbox system for it. We've got the catch cans getting all fitted up and stuff. So we've got these to go in and the other one here. Yeah, so we got any questions, guys? I haven't had much of a chat with you yet this morning. I've sort of been running a bit.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Sorry. What? Yep. I was just looking. I was showing them the motor.
Yep.
Okay, not the ground, the motor. I'm getting in trouble because I'm not focusing on him. Sorry, guys. Gaze upon his beauty. What's happening with the XB Falcon build?
didn't get the XB. The guy, what happened with it, he was going to swap me for the 38 Dodge. He rang me, he messaged me, he was keen, oh mate, I want it. And I said, I don't really want to swap it. I'm not interested in swapping. Begged me to swap it. And then in the end I said, yeah mate, no worries, I'll do it. But I always had a bit of a funny feeling. And then, yeah, he backed out of the deal. So the XB's just, it didn't happen. It happens. Sometimes you go to buy stuff and it just doesn't happen, guys. But the XR8 now, and we've got that other one, it's, yeah, the XR8's happening and I'm pretty excited now too, so yeah.
Okay, is that FE2, oh sorry, a 2 litre turbo?
This?
I don't know, it says here, is that FE2 a 2.2 litre turbo?
It's what's in this one? This is a 2.2, yes. The turbo is off a BT50 though. We actually modified the manifold. There are videos on this ute, guys, of making the turbo setup. So if you have a look here, you can see that I've actually just made up the dump pipe there. Okay, and then if you have a look in there, the manifold's been modified to fit the turbo. So yeah, no, this is just one that we built. Well, this came in, it was a full grandpa spec, right? And it wasn't rusty, it had no rust in it at all. It was absolutely spot on. And we had bits and pieces and turbos and stuff, and when we first opened the workshop, it was raining, and I said to Lee, do you want to put a turbo on this ute? And we just, yeah, one day just decided to put a turbo on it, and then it's just a cool thing. Like, it's got this mad side pipe on the side. Yeah, it'll be a cool ute for someone. But yeah, I'd love to do a Kingatow crew decal on the door, but I want to sell it because I've got a lot of bills at the moment, guys, so I've got to sell some stuff, so yeah.
Bender Blitz 79, $10 super chat, thank you.
Thank you very much for the super chat, Bender
okay,
Blitz.
just so everybody's warned, I'm just going to play with the camera a bit because it seems to be very close to Brendan, so I'm just, that's better. There we go. All right.
Yeah, so got a bit going on, trying to raise some money, guys, to pay some bills and build some other stuff. The XR6 is going well though. Oh, not XR6, XR8. I've got a good plan for that now. So we just found some good black leather seats for it down the front there, as well as the rest of the Fairmont interior with all the wood grain. So it's going to be along the same style as the Formula, where we're going to go through and cherry pick the yard and build it completely pretty much out of the yard now, because we've got everything, which is awesome. I love doing them ones. Do you guys like those ones where you see that it's just built from the wreckers? You haven't spent a fortune and it's come together and it'll be a mad thing. I don't want to do much to it until I find wheels. I want to set a 20-inch Ford wheels. If any of you guys have got any for sale, shoot me some photos, because that's my next step, is to find wheels and set the height before I go any further. I can't really pick colour or anything else until I've got wheels, so I can see what the build's going to take. But I need a set of Ford wheels for an AU.
Hey, Secret Squirrel has just joined us.
Hey buddy, how many we got going on?
81, it's just climbing.
Cool. I've got a meeting after this with the merch guys. So the guys that have won these shirts, okay, this is a heat press sort of shirt, and I don't want to sell this sort of shirt, but he's got his new process sorted out. So today I'm going there. Wednesday the merch site should be live, and I'm going to design the OG shirts today, and they'll be the first shirts that are actually for sale on the site. I've got a vision of what I want to do. There was a supercharged motor I used to draw as a kid on all my books at school and stuff, and I'm going to draw that and get him to print that into the shirt with the King-a-Tow Crew OG sub 5,000.
Is it going to be like a year 8 drawing?
Yeah, it'll be cool. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know, guys.
Do you know anywhere there'd be a decent Holden 1-tonner for sale?
A decent 1-tonner? I'm sort of the same as you. I'd have to start searching. I've got heaps of wrecks, but nothing good. There is actually a really nice blue one here in town. I don't know if you guys saw the Tirana that was on my Facebook site and that yesterday. There's a really nice blue one there. I'd have to hit them up to see what they want for it, but I don't think it was cheap. What sort of budget have you got, mate?
Nothing. Anyway, what are you doing?
Okay, I'm going to start working, guys, okay? Just, if you've got any questions, just hit the call up and we'll answer what we can, guys. So does all that make sense with the dyna guys, that you new guys that have just sort of joined and got on board? Yeah.
So basically he's going to get on the forklift now and he's going to lift the back end up. Because he had no idea what he was going to do then. That's why I said it. Yeah, the shirts will come in plus sizes. think we've only got up to 5X, no, 4XL or 5XL at the moment. I'm not too sure what size we're going to be going up to. We're still sourcing some of the shirts.
Righto, and I'll grab a jack to support the diff, and we'll be somewhere near. Right. We're not going to be getting underneath it, so it's not going to matter, guys. It'll be fine.
Someone said you should road trip the forklift. Probably wouldn't even get out the driveway. Someone said road trip the forklift. And I said it probably won't even get out the driveway.
I want to road trip this. This is why I want to get it done, so I can give it away to someone and have an excuse to go for a big drive somewhere.
Hey Red, any chance you might know where I can buy a WH Statesman Calais VXVT wood grain steering wheel?
WH station.
Do you have a wood grain steering wheel in it?
I don't know.
He's going to go and have a look. I'm not chasing you today. It's too hot. He's just having a look in that car. He thinks there might be one in there. No, it doesn't have it, LJ.
No, sorry, buddy. I thought we might have been on a winner there. I don't think I've got one at home amongst me stuff either. There is some Statesman stuff, some tan door trims and stuff at home. Not that I can think of off the top of my head, sorry, buddy. But in saying that, you never know what's going to come in this week. Like, it's a lucky dip setup.
So what are you doing now?
We're going to lower the back of the truck.
Oh yeah, because the front end's been lowered already.
The front end's been lowered.
Yep.
Okay, but I need to set the rear height so that I can build my tray. Okay. So what I've done already, as you can see, I've taken out the helper springs. I've taken out the helper springs out of the top here. Okay, so they're missing already. See, that one's there. See, it's got the heavy ones on the top there. Okay, and what we're going to do is drop out the bottom leaf spring, and then we'll take the two out of the bottom, turn them over, put them at the top, and same process as what we've done on the front, but just on the rear.
They were the first two videos that we did live.
Was lowering it.
Yeah, so if you go back through the live streams replay, there's a playlist there. You can go back, and it's the first couple of lives that we did. You'll see the dyna as the cover shot, and you can see exactly what they did to the front. And they're going to do that to the back now. It looks like I'm just running the show today. He's busy on his phone. Leith's over there talking to someone walking around the yard with a bung arm.
Sorry, guys,
I'll just start talking cars. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But yeah, anyway.
It'd be great if we could do YouTube full time,
but it's a work in progress.
We will get there, guys, where we can just play cars with you guys constantly all the time, which would be absolutely fabulous. But at this point now, we still have to work. But that's all good. It's yeah, that was just a job for. There's a C10 Chevy truck about 2 doors up that just got sold. The guy that I spoke to before just bought it. It's got to go to Morayfield tomorrow. But it actually worked well because I've got one coming out of Brisbane tomorrow. Now I've got one going down. So now I know where my mortgage payment's coming from. Nicole just got a big smile. That's how tight things are at the moment, guys.
Yeah, so I was a little bit concerned about this week's mortgage, but anyway.
But yeah.
It happens. Most weeks we land on our feet.
Yeah, I would have found it.
Yeah. Do any of your FJ45 cruisers have power steering? Cheese Red. That's for Jet Pauletto.
No, mate, no. I do have a, to do the power steering conversion, you need a 55 steering column, don't you? Because I do have 2 of those, I think. But I don't actually have the steering box as such, sorry.
Okay, shirts, we're not 100% sure on that yet. We're still waiting on costings of the procedure that we're using. The procedure that we're using is a better quality shirt that you'll get. So the transfer will be better quality, everything about the...
These ones here are an iron-on transfer, okay? Whereas the ones I want to get are the ones that last a long time. It's an actual proper printing process with multicolours and stuff like that. They're not
So
as
if you
bright.
look at this, okay, these are only a couple of weeks old, and you can see they're starting to sort
Go
of
funny, and
go funny from being washed. So
yeah, you need to get. I'll talk to you about that after. But yeah, so that's why the shirts haven't come out, because I don't want to sell something that's not good. It's got to be perfect, guys.
Yeah.
So, but his machine's working. That's why I'm going to see him today. So that's all happening. We can do some test prints. I can design the OG shirt, and that'll be released with the stickers on Wednesday. I'm taking Wednesday off to get that website together, get the posting sorted out, and go from there.
it's already done, mind you, but you know, hey,
What
doesn't
do
believe
you
me.
need, Red? I'll hand you tools while you go out there. And you tell me
Okay,
what you need and-
I wanted to take that exhaust off to get it out of the way.
All right. So what we're talking saber saw there?
Oh, no, I'll unbolt this thing because we may need that hanger for the next
No
exhaust.
way, I'm putting stacks up behind the cab.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
But yeah, I don't know whether I just unbolt that there. So 12mm, 716, and then we'll need the rattle gun and some big sockets to drop that there.
Do you guys know where any 1990 model club sports are being sold? Can't be more than 15k.
1990 club sports, so
Keep working, you can do both.
VNVP club sports sort of style.
I actually don't have all day, so
Yeah.
I'm just going to stand out here, guys.
No, not off the top of my head. Club sports aren't something you come across very often. But at that sort of budget, you should be able to find something for sure. But yeah, I had a message from a young bloke down in Sydney.
I agree.
What's that?
Mr. Jack said you take a day off, haha. Funny.
Yeah, no, that's it, eh?
Yeah, he's funny like that.
I had a message from a young bloke down in Sydney. He's building an SV89, no, an SV5000 Ute, which is it's really well done too, from what I can see what he's done so far, guys. And so once our VNSS Ute is done, probably going to go down and see that guy down in Sydney, and we'll go get some photos with the two Utes that never existed.
Red?
It's going to snap, I'd say. Yeah, I'd say so.
Couple would like to know how you're going with the energy drinks.
Yeah, they're tasty as. I've
What did you say there?
They're tasty as. He's just cheeky.
um
Do you drink them, Leith?
no, you can't. He had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Um,
I've never drank them. I drink them occasionally,
did
but
you guys
very
see
rarely.
on that video I done of the Ute, whereas at the start it said, "I'm well aware they didn't make VN Utes. I'm well aware there's no VNS Ute, SS Utes,
okay.
but from now on we're going to refer to this Ute as a VNSS Ute." And then they come up after that saying, "Okay, so we all understand, no tears, no crying. This is now a VNSS Ute." To the bloke that kept messaging me thinking he was smarter than everyone in the world, saying, "Mate, it's a VP or it's not a VN."
You're yelling. Bring your voice down. It's okay. Just breathe through it.
To get his point across.
Yes, because it's freaking ridiculous. Like,
And none of the people here
no, it didn't do it. I know.
did do that, so they don't need to be
Now, you
lectured.
might be watching.
Oh, if you are watching, just lighten up. It's a VN, all right?
It's a VN Ute from now on.
Just changed it.
I don't know, guys, whether we are going to use this bracket or whether it's going to run side pipes or not, but I still don't want to just destroy the bracket just for the sake of it, just in case. So
I reckon maybe was it two pipes dumping out the back or something?
yeah, we'll work something out that's pretty tricky. So
Alright, let's get that strap off.
yeah, just need that big shifter so I can drop that wheel off.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice safety glasses there, Red.
Yeah, I'll look for them. They must be in the truck. I thought about it.
The thought was there.
The thought was there. It's a thought that counts. Haven't you ever heard that saying? But yeah, so whoever it was that was trying to be smarter than everyone in the crew, well aware that it's not a VNU.
Sometimes he gets
And then,
up
but the
in his
stupid thing is,
bonnet.
I explained it to him the first time, but then no, that wasn't good enough. I'll keep going and then say it again to you, and then
We end up spraying these the thread on these sides to loosen them up. I can't remember.
I think we did spray them all. We'll just concentrate on the one side today instead of getting them both pulled apart because Your arm's not
So,
the best.
alright, so I'll do the other side on Tuesday, is that what you're trying to say?
No, not necessarily.
Kyle, what was the guy's name? Can you remember?
Why, is he on there?
I don't know. 'Cause Kyle put you tell me red, and I'm thinking, oh, is he on here? No, he meant you tell him.
No, you know
Patrick
what I mean,
said thank you for the shirt too.
no worries, guys.
Yep,
Yeah.
just one guy.
Yeah, no, we need to get one side sorted.
And Ben Arnold said, don't let the Muppets get to you.
No, it's,
That's like the same as me yesterday. I hadn't even got live and I had a thumbs down. I'm like, yeah, good on you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I actually opened my video with that. Woohoo! I've done well this week. I got a thumbs down before I even went live. That's awesome. I just think it's funny that people have that much time on their hands that they're, you know.
Oh, so we got a spanner.
Couldn't find a bigger shifter, guys.
Yeah, I was going to say, could you find a bigger one?
But yeah, I don't know. Some people must find it hard to understand what we're trying to achieve, guys.
For all those that are asking for parts and everything like that, you will have to ring the parts number, and it's underneath the majority of our videos.
Probably not on this one because I done it.
Yeah, Brendan did this one, but if you go back to the last parts finder, all the information,
Show them the picture up on the wall there.
yeah, is under there. And if you want it, hang on, I'm too short.
Part charts open 8 till 5 Monday to Friday and 8 till 1 on a Saturday.
But it's
Unless I'm damaged.
unless he's damaged, and that's not today. So that is the parts number. If you ring on Monday after 8.
No, Tuesday because Monday's a public
Oh yeah,
holiday.
public holiday. Sorry, yeah, because that's for New South Wales and Victoria as well. So yeah, just ring the number on Tuesday.
Letho handles all parts. I honestly am in the truck all the time and have no idea what goes on with parts. I drop stuff off, drive off, and Leith runs the yard. So
I'm just using that ratchet strap off. Just get that up the way, and then we should just be able to chop that thing out. How many? Do you reckon we just do two, the same as the front, or? I think so. I think that'd be enough.
we'll give it a go. Yeah, I'm surprised, guys, at the interest we've had in the VNSSU. Like it's crazy. It must be a build that a lot of guys have thought about doing a lot in the past because it's been good. The interest we've had. Maybe people think that a VN Ute doesn't exist.
Fancy that, eh?
Yeah, fancy that. Alright. Bloody hot out here today, guys.
Someone just said, is it pretty warm today, Nicole? I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
it is hot. I'm standing here and I'm baking. And I don't see sunlight very often. Thanks, Secret Squirrel. Yeah, that took our life took a very sharp turn towards the end there.
What happened?
Oh, we were talking about racism and stuff like that yesterday. We were talking about Australia Day, and then Beck was trying to, and then Savannah was getting up us because she thought we were trying to change our history. I'm like, no. And yeah. So yeah.
So since we showed you guys how to lower a car doing this spring method, how many of you guys have taken your lowering blocks out and done it this way?
No, because they're not tight asses and they just went and bought springs.
Fair enough.
Now, sometimes you can't buy springs. Like, you'd never be able to buy lower springs for this, so you have to do it. But obviously, it is not the best way to lower it, but it's very effective. There's nothing dangerous about it. So, I guess it just bend them out so that and then drop the bottom springs off. This is good. Don't need much of it.
I was gonna say, you enjoying yourself today, Leith?
Yeah.
You'll go home with a skip in your step. got to boss Brendan around for a change.
The lever bar should be just inside the door there, unless they've lost it yesterday.
I don't know what they're doing. They've just left.
We've just left.
They've just left.
Working away, guys.
Yeah, I'm just going to stand here because if I chase them around, I'm just going to pass out from heat
Yeah.
exhaustion. So what are you trying to get off?
Just got to spread. See on the back there, you've got that bolt that goes through to hold the springs together, and then this one here is just a clamp. So I've got to bend them up so we can get the springs out, so we can turn them over to compress them to get it lower. Yeah.
What's that buggy you got in the back there?
It's just a VW bug. Leith just moved into a new place with a couple of 100 acres, so we're going to get that going, and we'll go out and do some rallying and stuff, guys. But just haven't had time to get to it, to get it going. To be honest, it's just another one of the 7,000 projects I have that haven't had time to get to. We did get a gearbox in the ute, or Leith did get a gearbox in the ute, but that was the one I picked up from home, the Turbo 700 cable shift one, but it was completely rooted. So we're going to get
And
that.
not only that, the converter we had that we thought was like a 26 or 2800 was just a standard converter. It was actually tighter than the one that we took out of it, so we'll have to get another converter as well.
Yeah. But we're
Okay,
gonna-
here's a question for you. Why didn't Holden make a VN SS ute like Ford did with their utes?
Ford didn't make a VNSS yet.
No, I know. That's why I said here's a question for you, because that's how it's I read it exactly how it was worded.
Well, they didn't make an EA ute.
No, they
There
didn't.
was no EA ute, there was no EB ute. They didn't start utes until AU, I'm pretty sure.
It's one of those things that perhaps
Well, they
just,
don't do.
Holden would have done a focus group and they would have worked out what they thought people wanted, and they probably just didn't think that it was something that would have taken off. They're just, you know, whoever was running the show at the time.
There wouldn't have been any bricklayers around then that wanted a fast car.
There wasn't any urgent jobs to get done.
Yeah. But yeah, Ford didn't make an EAU, until AU there was no, and all they did in the AU was make an XR6, so VNs were way ahead of their time.
That's right.
Yeah.
Best car ever.
What was the first Maloo? BP Maloo?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't got a mate that's got a VP.
So about 10 years before the first XR6 ute came out, they were making Maloos and stuff, so...
Got to remember the VN was a big body style change and everything. The
From
motor,
from VL, yeah.
from
Someone's saying they've had utes since Falcon started.
No, but like, they had early
They
ones
didn't
like
make an
XD,
SS
XE, XF, but then when they went to, which is the same era as WB and stuff like that, WB went right through to 85. And then, they'd stopped making the utes for the E-Series Falcons. And then, didn't start again until AU, so very similar thing, although Holden have had utes all the way through.
Righto. So, knock that pin
Well, I
out.
guess that's wrong too, because they didn't have VB to VL utes, so...
Ford made a XH XR8.
That might have been when, like, basically there was more of a commercial type ute, like say Ford had the Couriers and stuff like that, Holden had the Rodeos, so they were probably more concentrating on selling those than the normal everyday, like, sedan converted to a ute, so I'd say they just, concentrated
There would
on
have
more the
been
commercial
something in the
side.
background in Holden that told them that.
And why were Ford and Holden doing it at the same time? So there's obviously something in the water then that people wanted a proper commercial tray-back sort of thing.
Okay, so
Like
what
us.
did you learn the other night
I'd
about
be
the history?
guessing, right, that in that era they were doing model share. Okay, so Nissan took on the Ford Ute.
Yeah, the
Okay,
and stuff, yeah.
and I'd say that no one was willing to take on the Holden Ute as a share. So if they couldn't get a share partner in it, the government was actually stopping them making production cars unless they were able to share the body styles between two manufacturers to make it viable in this country to make cars. So I'm guessing that that's what happened in that model Ute to make it not happen.
Right.
So
Yes, I did see that, Secret Squirrel. Sorry, I've got sidetracked. Thank you very much for the super chat. We appreciate your support.
thanks, dude. Legend. Thank
And
you.
he's got to
Really
go,
appreciate it.
and he'll catch you on the replay.
Thank you very much, dude.
We need Seb here to know more about the Ford Utes. Like he'd reel it up.
So I'm chopping
He's
that
a bit of
bolt.
a Ford fanatic and a bit of an expert on that sort of stuff. If you're watching, Seb,
Comment.
let us know. Comment.
Comment.
I'm chopping this
Yep.
Tell us where we were
Drop
on.
those springs.
Hey?
Chopping that bolt.
Yeah, no, well, you probably should be able to undo it, or if not, just chop it. Just screw on top, then we need vice grips for the top.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. It's hard to tell what the powers that be do back in the day, you know. They obviously have their reasons, and as much as we want stuff, like why didn't they produce the new Monaro for so many years? When it was, you know.
Because when was that shown? That was shown in the 90s, and it didn't come out until when?
And when are they going to make a Camaro ute and a Mustang ute?
I need a 40.
Although, did you see that guy? He makes Camaro fronts for VE utes, and bloody hell, they look good. They're awesome. There's another, I think he did one on a VE wagon as well.
14 mils, man.
So yeah, that was pretty cool. Bolt straight on too.
Does this open?
Yeah.
Can I sit in it?
Yeah.
That's better. I've got a bit of shade now.
I know it's not the most exciting of days today, guys, but it's just one of those jobs that need to be done. So for us to move forward.
Bella, someone, I just missed their last name. Hey Red, we are still working on that old manual red VNSS that you sold us a while back.
Yep, dropped it off down the road, remember that?
But do you know where a white one might be?
No.
To complete their collection.
I'd love to buy one myself.
And that's from Bella and Max.
Yeah,
so they're both watching.
I remember you guys. If I come across one and I can't afford it, which is pretty well going to happen, I'll let you guys know. What about anyone else on here? Do you have a white VNSS? There was one the other day for 15 grand for sale that I saw.
And if you do, go and put it in the parts finder so we can find it, because it's really hard to find it when we go back to watch the lives and stuff like that. Mr. Jack 121, we're swapping the springs in the back end of the dyna.
Lowering the back of the dyna to set the height.
A dyna bolt softer and ride better, as well as lowering it. Mr. Mang nearly forgot. It was Saturday morning. He just joined in.
We just got to lower it to set the height at the back so I can start building the tray while Lee builds the motor. So, yeah, just another step forward, guys. We finally had time to come back to it.
Bella and Max said thank you.
No worries.
Did that just no, that undo it, or was
I think you just strip the side off.
well, you're gonna have to probably just cut that.
Yeah.
I'll get you some.
It's ready.
Get the grinder. I'll grab you some tape.
Grab some safety glasses, Red.
Bella and that, you guys would have been surprised when you seen the YouTube channel pop up, wouldn't you?
You need to get safety glasses if you're going to use the grinder.
Yep.
Luke Duke says normal days are the best. Just the things keep disappearing too quick. So Luke Duke says the normal days are the best. No frills, just as it happens. No flash crap. Awesome.
All right, well, cool.
Yeah, and Bella said that yes, they do remember an Aussie version of Roadkill. It's awesome. So it looks like, has the bolt stripped, has it? Is something stripped?
Yeah. On the bottom of the stud that holds the string back together.
Okay, so the nut on the bottom has actually stripped, and Brendan, I'm not getting too close, so Brendan's just grinding it off so he can continue on with what he's going to do. Now, I believe that
That should be like an 8mm bolt, so there's still a fair bit of the head left on it.
I think that it's probably.
There you go. That's a bit fine.
I can't activate the spring now. I'll have to go to the bottom one.
I wouldn't think it'd be that thing going, but yeah.
I'll give it a turn and see what it does now. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where we end up, guys. Like, yeah, it's
Is the motor in the VNSS Ute okay, or
the one we're doing?
yeah, or does it have a stuffed head?
No, it seems alright. I don't. We'll probably still will port apart because I would like to put a bigger cam in it for the heads. We'll do a different carb.
Speak up.
Stuff, so no, it'll be yeah. There's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't get hot.
I had a question the other day. A guy queried, why would you pull injection off and put a carby onto it? I explained that those manifolds max out in horsepower.
They do, yeah. The bunch of bananas, basically, you're maxing out in horsepower. Like they'll start nosing over around 5,000, maybe 5.5 if you're lucky. And if you put a bigger cam in, it just end up making that worse because you're limiting the power band of the engine. Like as soon as you put a bigger cam in there, obviously your power won't start till later in the rev range. So if you put a cam in it that powers from like 2.5 onwards, you've only got 3,000 RPM of a power band in there. So if you, with standard cam, you're making power from pretty much idle to 5.5. So yeah, as soon as you put a big cam in there, you need like a single plane manifold or a better aftermarket one, like a Cum Racing one or something like that. Bigger throttle bodies do nothing on those. You can buy a Star Performance copy of the bunch of bananas, which is a little bit better. But for all that RPM, like when we put the cam in that, like the cam that I'm going to pick for it, and with a single plane, we should be able to make power to probably 65 or 6,800 RPM, but it won't start making power till around the 3,000 RPM mark. So that's giving us 4,000 RPM of power band. So that'll make it just more horsepower up top rather than down low, but that's when we need diff gears and converter to compensate for all that sort of stuff. So
she's going to be an animal though. It's going to be
it'll make good horsepower. It'll make at least 450, 500 horsepower out of an aspirated 304. So which is pretty hard to do in something like that. But once you port the heads and the cam's big enough, basically it's just flow, air in and exhaust out. So we'll get it working. The exhaust is good enough for that sort of power.
It's got really good headers on it. Like the pipes are.
Inch and
really
7/8 pacemakers with twin 3-inch with the X pipe on it.
Yeah. Whoever built the originally did buy the right parts and use the right gear, so it's going to make it easy for us to freshen it up.
Yeah. Now, depending on how much money Red's got at the time when we do build it, that intake manifold, the single plane that's on it, is good, but there is definitely better ones out there. So I would like to put a torque power manifold on it. Even one of the torque power dual planes make power well over 7,500 RPM, but they start making power about 1,500 or 1,800. So they are, for a 304 Holden, they are the ultimate intake manifold for drivability.
I just want to cut this. Hold that thought.
Yeah, go for it. I was waiting for that.
That come off, guys.
Okay, so will you be able to, I'll get you a pin punch so you can knock that pin up through from the bottom.
I've got one. Yep.
pull that spring right out anyway. Just lay it the right way so it goes back in, like on top the right way. Yeah, it will go up that way, but yeah.
I'll get rid of it. Okay, to start with. Yeah. All right, guys. That's the end of the noise for a bit, I hope.
There's a question for you, Captain.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can't explain about engines? What don't you know?
Why his arm hurt?
Don't you know what that is?
Not really.
Not too bad.
I can get way more in depth than that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to
And
start
you can
talking-
tell when he's passionate about something because his eyes get like just
No, obviously,
light
they
up.
do.
They do, and you just get really excited
I-
about it.
honestly, I hate cars.
So he says.
But no, look, you know, there's, like, if anyone out there has got a combo and they want to know like the next step to take or anything like that, I'm quite happy to answer questions or help people with their builds. Like there's no worries with that. I've just been doing it a long time, and I've done pretty much every combination that you can think of with pretty much any engine, whether it be 4 cylinders, V8s. I'm not partial. Like there are some I like better than others because they make power easier than other ones. But I've done everything from like 4-cylinder drift cars, like 2Js, like 426 semis, a lot of used to a lot of Chrysler stuff, a lot of 355s, like Holden 355 strokers and 383 strokers. Done pretty much a bit of everything, So even standard motors, like built a hell of a lot of standard motors in the time too. Not that I like that. Do a lot of diesels.
We do a lot of standard motors here as well, like just for stuff that sells out the door, like cars that we clean up and stuff you guys don't see.
Yeah, there's pretty much, not too much I haven't done when it comes to building engines. So it's just the hardest bit is remembering it all. But once you start getting into it, it all sort of comes back to you. But yeah, no, I don't mind answering questions if people, want to know what sort of cam size they need or what converter size they're going to need with what sort of cam, or, just if anyone wants any cylinder heads ported, you can always get them straight up here and I can port them for you or something like that.
But be respectful and be patient. We are busy all the time.
Yeah. And so, who got you into cars to begin with, Leith?
Me.
Probably Red,
Okay.
He's
a bad influence on everybody.
And then I bought an XU1 mock-up not long after. Was your HZ on the road then? No, your HZ wasn't finished then when I bought the XU1.
No, we've been pulled
No. Once I bought that, then I was sort of hooked on Holden 6-cylinders. I still love Holden 6-cylinders to this day. They're just I had a really good 235 stroker in that XU1 at one stage, but then the oil, like the dump valve in the oil pump, the bolt fell out and the spring fell out, and it just lost oil pressure and just trashed that motor, and that was a big dollar engine. So then I pretty much gave up on that XU1. Then I think I ended up putting a 173 in it with triple carbs, and then sold the motor to Damien Guerra, and he put that in his just a single carb. He put that in his panel van. I actually gave the carbies to a mate, Adam Rossack. I gave them to him for his birthday. And then I swapped the XU1, the LJ, to Jason Middleton for a UC Tirana hatchback.
Gee, what a deal.
And then I did nothing, and then I never did anything with that. I think the UC was set up for a small block Chev, if I remember correctly.
And
I never did anything with that. I think that's when I first started losing my license, like every second week, I don't know.
And did you have a mentor that taught you all you know? Or are you just
really.
self-taught and passionate?
Like, even
progression.
Yeah, I just as soon as because I'd always from when I was younger, always had motorbikes and stuff like that, and pulled motorbike engines apart, broke them, put them back, put them back together, and then when it comes to the cars, I think the 186 that was originally in the LJ, I pulled that out and just rebuilt that. There was nothing wrong with it. I just thought, I can rebuild it, and I did. And then I think it was the first time that I had it cranking over and it wouldn't go, and it was just backfiring. I rang Red and he's just like, maybe the Dizzy's 180 out. And I turned the back Dizzy around 180 and it started straight away, and he probably heard me screaming from like bloody 150 k's away when I lived out the bush down there.
We've been doing this together for a long time. There was a period of time where I left and had a family, and Lee still stayed on the coast and that, but
We had 3 girls, and that's not a place to bring up 3 girls. The Gold Coast.
At least it's our 4th girl.
Yeah.
And Brendan's the 5th one.
I'm the best singer and dancer though.
Really?
Yeah, okay. Alright, well let's sit those. How many did we say we're doing?
2, I think. I reckon we do
The very
3.
bottom one.
I reckon though if we do 3 because
Yeah, but we don't want to run out of suspension travel.
yeah.
Because we don't know how much it's paid. So those 2 will go back underneath.
Yep.
And then that one, the one very underneath will go on top.
So
So just the one on
These
the
all the
very
same?
bottom there.
they're all the same, are they?
Yeah. So just take that one out there. That one on top. And then the one with the clamps on it.
Jack
Yeah,
down.
do that. I've got to go up a bit. Okay, this might be a bit of a...
I'm not going to get the nuts in. Under your chin.
Yep, okay, that's going to be an issue. I'll see how much more I can do.
Yeah, I've got it. Here's that one.
As long as we can get the nut from the top, we can actually do it up from under. They're starting to lift off the forklift now.
Okay, that's alright anyway, because we'll get that now. Yeah, that's plenty.
Yeah, once you get the other spring, the top spring sitting in there. No, not that one, the one with the, yep. Put that back, yeah, that way. No, that's good. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Alright, line up your hole.
I think we still find that a lot of people don't understand, like, because they think the cars are going to be finished really quickly, but...
Well, you just seen how long it takes to take a bolt out. You see on a TV show, they go, oh, the bolt's stuck. 2 seconds later, it's out. It's unrealistic.
Okay, so the other 2 have got to go from underneath. So now what we need to do is work out how much threaded rod we're going to need. Yeah, okay. Put them on afterwards. What we'll try and do is we'll cut a bit of threaded rod, we'll jam it up through there, get one nut on top.
So
if you want to even get a tape measure and measure.
Yep.
I think there's one on the desk or 13 of them in your toolbox.
So what's been your favourite car you've worked on?
What, here or just in general?
In general, in your career?
Wow. That's a hard one actually, because I've seen so many that have just been...
Well, when you finished working on it, when the last thing was done on it, what gave you the most satisfaction?
Oh, okay. It was probably...
the formula.
No. It was probably an HK Monaro that we did for Josh Kennedy. Although Annie Ferrari was pretty good too. But that was just a nice 383 Chevy. In an HK, it was very similar to that Sora colour there. But it had the standard GDS hubcaps and all that sort of stuff on it. And it was just a really, really nice car. And it drove really well, but it had shitloads of horsepower. Like, you'd cruise along at like 120, 130 k's and just nail it in top gear and just leave 2 black lines as far as you go. And that was probably not the fastest, but probably the favourite car because I love my 8Ks and Gs. Yeah, that probably would be probably the best one. Although Wayne Smith, that used to, unfortunately he's passed away now, but he had an HQ Monaro, and that had a ProCharge 502 Chev in it, and that was just insane, that car, absolutely insane.
Once the Jag's on the road though, and Leith's taking it for some weekends and stuff, I think that answer will change, because that thing is so nice to drive.
Yeah, I don't know.
And because the body's not perfect on it, you just don't have to care. It's just enjoyable.
But no, I've built a lot of like really tough stuff. Like, you know, there's LS Tiranas and stuff like that. They're always really nice and fun to drive. Just bulk horsepower in a car that actually handles pretty good. Done a lot of like all-out race drag cars as well, obviously. What?
The other one.
Oh, the other one's on the bench over there. Oh, the nuts were on this one. I just took them off and set them up in. Somewhere.
Yeah.
And there.
Hey buddy.
There you go, mate.
Alright, so guys, what I'm doing, okay, so if you want to have a look here, so what you've got to do is get your threaded rod, okay, put that one up through the holes, in theory. With that nut on there, and then this will sandwich them all together, and because you've turned them over, it lowers them. So does that make sense to you guys? Has anyone got any questions about what we're doing here? How many of you guys have been with us since the start for the rest of the build?
It's been a couple. Let's see if there's any questions. Just hey, how you going?
Going good, guys.
Jay Lee asked, can you buy me here HK Monaro? No. Astra Love has been here since the beginning.
Awesome, man. Thank you. Appreciate
This build. No, there's not any.
So how many of you?
I'm just saying, hang on, I'm still scrolling. No, there's nothing else. There's been a few people. Mr. Jack 121's been here. Kyle has been here since the beginning.
Awesome, guys.
It's about the me's coming through, so there's a lot of people.
So how many of you guys reckon we're going to get to Mighty Carmod size? Do you reckon we'll get there or not?
I can't see everything because of the screen. Do you take any leaves out, or do you use them all?
At this stage, we're going to use them all.
Yeah.
Even if I did cut that too small. Multi-grips, can you pass them to us? We're going to leave all the leaves in at this point, but we will see where we end up, guys.
A few people said definitely.
You reckon we will?
Yep.
I hope we do.
I think you'll get there. It takes time, mate. Just keep doing what you're doing. That's exactly right. It all takes time. Everything takes time.
I'm just very impatient, guys.
He is very impatient. He's patient on some things, and then other things he's just, oh my God, just cool your jets.
So, who's going to join me Christmas Day for the Tirana four-wheel drive build? Who does stuff on Christmas Day? Who wants?
Yeah, most people spend time with their family because...
Yeah, but...
They'll get in trouble, Red. If they're on YouTube at Christmas.
Not really.
Well, yeah, you don't know who they're partnered up with and you don't know what their family's like, and you're asking...
Who's keen for some Christmas Day entertainment?
Okay, so basically what is happening is, what happens every year, we do Christmas morning together, so we get up at...
Sparrows?
Yep. And basically we do the presents. They're usually done by 5:15 because you know what kids are like. Wake up at 5, rip the presents apart, then we don't see them. We usually have breakfast together, and then Brendan around 10 o'clock usually, sometimes 11 o'clock, he'll come over to the shed, or he'll go and play in his car in the shed at home, and basically we just leave him alone, and that's his Christmas present every year. He just gets his time with his mistresses. So a couple of people said they'll join in, and one person said they'll probably be putting their Tirana back together. You have a great YouTube channel. I'm trying to rebuild a 79 Kingswood. I can't see the names, sorry guys. I'm out in the sun, and where the sun's hitting, I just can't see names, so I'm just reading them out as they come. If I miss any questions, I do apologise, but I think I've got most of them.
The tip of the day is don't cut the thread of rod too short.
Someone else said getting away from the sound of the noise of Christmas sounds good to me. Yeah, we don't do big family stuff or anything. It's just me, the girls, and Brendan. We don't go out anywhere. We just cruise and do our own thing. The girls, usually have their toys or whatever, and they're off doing their thing, watching TV, whatever. And I usually do something different, do craft, and Brendan usually does something different and plays with cars. Which we do on a daily basis.
I obviously have family now. I didn't have family for a lot of years, so it was just what I'd done, was play with my cars on Christmas.
And at first it was pretty hard for me to accept that he didn't want to be with us on Christmas, because my family did Christmas every year and we all got together. But at the end of the day, do I miss that? No, not really. I get to just chill and relax and sleep all day if I want, watch whatever I want. So, and Brennan gets to do what he loves. Last year he slept over here. He actually was over here for 2 days, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Putting the LS into the hard top.
Yeah. I mean, nothing's open. There's nothing to do, and
People still ring me, believe it or not, to do tows on Christmas Day. Believe it or not.
Red, use the ocky strap to tie down the springs, and then you can get the rod through. He's got it through now. Whoever's ringing, he'll get back to you. His hands are full. Is your arm hit? Is your arm loosening up any?
What?
Is it?
Oh no, it's sort of like still sore there, but I can actually move it now.
Yeah.
So.
That's what I meant. Is it loosening up any? Oh.
A few Durbans will fix that a bit later.
You're not going down the coast this weekend?
He lives up here now.
Oh, you live here now? Oh. Question for Captain.
Yeah.
If you could choose any car in the yard for a personal build, what would it be?
Formula.
My Mazda Familia at the back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That'd be back for you. Because like that one,
Must be the
I'll
boss
do
specs.
like the old Group B rally specs.
I don't know what they are.
I'll try and make 500 or 600 horsepower.
Do you
out
have
of
them?
it. Big turbo all-wheel drive, so it'll be a fast little car. So.
Cool. And what was it again?
What?
What is it?
Mazda Familia.
Okay.
So basically it's a Mazda 323, but it's all-wheel drive turbo.
Okay.
And they used to race the similar car in the Group B Rally Series in the mid 80s, and bloody fast cars. So I'll do it to the similar specs of that, and I'll do a few of the sprint series with that. Do Leeburn sprints and Mondi, and take down to Morgan Park and throw it around there a bit. And
So basically kick everybody's ass.
hey?
Basically kick everybody's ass.
Oh well, we'll see.
Yeah, try.
It's a bit hard with technology these days. I can only make it go as fast as technology allows, but yeah, no, I'll still make it pretty fast.
Cool. So what, another question's just coming for you. What is your thoughts, and about 50 other ones, what is your thoughts on a Nissan ZD30?
Oh yeah, okay, patrol motor.
Mm.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it. Like, yes, they do have their issues, but if you basically do the things that will stop them from blowing up, because what they've got a habit of the exhaust gas temperatures getting really hot because the boost drops off.
Can I butt in there?
Yeah.
Whoever that was that rang, right? When you ring and you've got a private number because you're a spy or you're that bloody important that you need a private number, all that does is mean I can't ring you back. So if you're a dimwit and you have your phone set on private because you're a spy,
Work for
But
ASIO.
anyway, yeah, back to the ZD. Okay, so the exhaust gas temps go through the roof because the boost drops off, which in turn basically thins your oil out a hell of a lot, and they've got a habit of chewing up the balance shaft bearings and spitting them into the sump. As soon as it spits the balance shaft bearings out, it just drops all oil pressure, and it's game over for them too. And also, high exhaust gas temps can crack pistons and do all sorts of stupid stuff. So if you put what's called a doors valve on there, and run a boost gauge, set your boost so you know your boost isn't going to drop off in higher gears. Exhaust gas temp gauge, always drive by that. If it gets around the 500 degree mark, like just back off a little bit or just change the driving style. 550 is pretty much the max you'd want to let it get up to and hold it there. It can spike to that every now and then.
does anyone want to buy it?
So yeah, and then if you do that and obviously just regularly change the oil and all that sort of crap, you don't have any issues. Like I've done, since I did the head on mine, I've probably done 15,000 Ks in it, and I give it a bloody hard time. And even towing a furniture trailer around, I did 1,000 Ks with a furniture trailer behind it last weekend, and no issues at all. Like it's basically just preventative stuff you got to do to make them not blow up. But apart from that, they are bloody good engines. They're a bucket chin cylinder head, so you don't have any dramas with rockers or anything like that. Balance shafts, if you can do a balance shaft delete on them, which does make them go a little bit better as well, they accelerate a little bit quicker. You do notice a slight vibration at idle, but nothing to really worry about. Like if you jumped in one and never driven one before without balance shafts, you wouldn't know the difference. So there are plenty of things to do. I've got a dump pipe on mine, bigger intercooler. The doors valve, which is basically the boost controller. Put an aluminium radiator in it. The only thing that I haven't done on mine is like the full 3-inch exhaust all the way through, but I think I'm going to sell mine now anyway. And because I just want to build a four-wheel drive, like it's something petrol four-wheel drive that I can do a remount turbo. I'm also buy a dual cab petrol four-wheel drive and do a remount turbo on it. Just for something different. I don't know.
Guys, so you can see how this is going back together now.
Someone said, yeah, you got to watch out for those spicing, didn't we?
Okay, so we've put the threaded rod through. As you can see, we've turned 2 springs upside down. The front was 2 springs as well. Okay, and then the clamp's just there to give me a bit of extra so I don't strip the thread out of the threaded rod. The vice grips just sit against the shock there so it doesn't turn, so it doesn't wind out up the top here. And then you just basically wind that up and that puts them together. And that should give us 75 mil, I think, give or take. So yeah, do you guys understand that? Can you see what we're trying to achieve? Any questions?
Oh, it's pissing down in Newcastle. So, I like that. If you want to use a private number, I will respect your privacy and ignore you.
Yeah, no, drives me mental. Like,
and so other people are saying, I never answer private numbers.
I answer everything, but very, very rarely do I miss a phone call. But if I do miss a phone call and you've got a private number, how am I supposed to return the call?
And you don't leave a message with the number.
I think there is a message, but I don't listen to messages.
But you still can't return the message if they don't leave the number. Ask Red, how good is the formula? He needs relief.
It's good. It's all back together. I drove it yesterday. Me and young Mia went for a drive in it. It's good. Like that door's pretty dented from the Kangaroo, as you can see.
Yeah, that was his tail.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
The injector's
There's
back in it now. It actually goes
back
a lot better than what it did all the way along, because those injectors must have been bad from word dot. It's really good. It's just a nice car. Like, we won't be doing much more to it now. It's just basically, it is what it is.
Do you still have the HR? No, you don't. You sold that, didn't you?
The blue one's gone, but
Yeah,
I've got...
you've got 50 others.
Yeah, I've got a heap more. There's a wagon. I've got a wagon that'll be next. I've got a big set of wheels, a Volvo diff, a T5, a 179 HP block, Yellowterra head, and a Strata 2 turbo setup for one.
So what are you doing there, Leith? Why are you doing that?
Oh, just putting a bit of lube on there because as it straightens the springs out, it's going to try and slide up the other spring.
Yep.
So just to make it easier to pull down so it doesn't grab.
Cool.
Lube is everything. Keep going with those D-clamps as well, they're just for safety in case it does strip or break the thread.
It's going pretty easy.
Yeah. Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
really easy.
Alright, sweet. I think that's going to be plenty low enough, mate.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, okay, we've still got to work out what we're going to do with bloody U-bolts. We might just have to strap it back together with the...
Yeah. No.
We'll have to buy some bigger threaded rod and bend it to shape.
Yep.
Or we'll maybe go to the truck and trailer place and see if
Are the old ones here, or we cut them off?
no, we've got they're somewhere. I think I was going to try and run the die out further, but it's just going to
I think it'll strip
And you had seen them?
Probably, yeah, I can cut and modify them.
Yeah, well, we might be able to
The
just chop
nuts
them
are-
shorter and just run the die down there and just...
All the nuts are in there too.
Chop it there and there and weld that back on there. Make it right rack, leave use one.
Sound of welding, but a U-bolt, fine.
I'll just buy some other U-bolts that fit.
The bolts, nuts
Yeah.
are in there, sorry.
Yeah,
I can't shut that
Inside
door.
of that, we just put a block on top of there, like the same thickness as the leaf springs to make up for it.
That's going to lose our bottoming out because we're going to lose suspension travel anyway. We want to fit as much as we can. I'll just get some U-bolts this week, it's alright. We'll get there, guys. We've got to lower the tank next as well, and then I can get started on the tray.
Yeah, we
Leith,
explained that before and putting a toolbox the same on the other side to make it look roller.
Leith was going to measure the motor up today, but he's head won't be in it because he's in so much pain with his arm. So
Plus it's hard to flip cranks and blocks and stuff over with one arm. But yeah, we might just film that during the week and just post it during the week.
yeah, we'll do a few videos on this thing.
Do you
Or
get
it
a
can
new
be next
battery for your
weekend's
phone?
live. I don't know what we've got
Yeah.
planned at this stage. So yeah,
Well, it's to do with the dyna.
Building that one because it'll be
just a cool little.
Okay, we'll just have a quick production meeting. So next Saturday is.
Well, yeah, depending on what's going
Yeah.
on. Who knows?
I might pour it a little bit of a head during the week, just one intake of one exhaust port, just to show you the difference of what could be done. Yeah, apart from that, we'll just basically just do a standard rebuild with a bit of a cam, a ported head, and we'll modify the intake manifold. Set of extractors are pretty cheap on Yerbay.
How many we got on?
It's varying between 86 and 90, 100. Okay, so I have a question for you, and I've been asked to ask you, so twice now. Do you weaken patching up rust holes with steel? Is it a good idea? Sorry, I'm just out in the sun and I'm just trying to read it all, and I'm partially blind as well. So, well, I'm blinded because of the light, and.
Yeah. So, what do you?
He's asking if he said, "Do you weaken patching up rust holes with steel? Is it a good idea?"
As in body panels?
I don't know. That's all he's put.
Okay. Patching up body panels with steel, no, it's stronger than just putting body filler in it. You don't weaken it. You might warp it a little bit, but it doesn't weaken it as long as you've welded it properly.
So if you want to do rust repair sections, right? Say you've got.
Where's that spray?
Okay, say you've got like a hole of rust there. Okay. So what I'll usually do is I'll basically measure how big the hole's going to be. Cut out your rust repair section first, that you out a good bit of steel. Sit it over the hole that you're going to fix. Trace around it, and then cut that section out. So then you've got a perfect fit, and you can actually like basically butt it in there. You're not sitting metal on top or trying to put it from behind. And that way, by the time you do a few tacks around there, you'll grind it back and it'll be perfectly smooth, and then a lot less body filler. A lot of people will try and cut the hole out where the rust is, and then sit a bit of metal over there and then try and get it to the same shape. And you're never going to be able to do that. You're going to end up with gaps or overlap or something like that. So if you cut your rust repair section out first that you're going to use, lay it over there, trace around it, get your grinder out with a thin disc on it, and then you're just going to have a perfect fit every time. And the best way to hold it there is a couple of magnets. So you put it on the magnets and then just slap it over there. The magnets will hold it perfectly flush to the panel you're going to repair to. Couple of tacks, and never just go all the way around, like do a tack there, tack there, tack there, tack there, and that minimises the warpage. So if you do it like that, you'll
because you've got to balance it out. Otherwise,
you'll get a bloody good repair every time. So spend the extra time to do it like that, and it'll save you a lot of time in the end trying to bog stuff up and all that sort of stuff. Like a repair like that, you just need the thinnest smear of bog over the top, if any at all. Like a lot of time, high fill primer will do it if your welding's good enough. But we'll show you that like when we do a few other cars anyway, so we'll go through all that. I'm sure there'll be a lot of rust we've got to fix on a lot of Red's cars, so because that's just what he likes.
He likes rust.
Yeah, but we'll get to that at one stage, and then just show you priming procedure, rubbing back procedure. We'll probably do it on the Bedford once we start getting into the Bedford again, because we do want to get that reasonably straight. Whether we paint it or not, I don't know.
Is that the one in the shed?
What's that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's still you get a lot of rust done in it, but there's still a lot of repairs that need to be done. So what's that? Starting to go all up, is it?
Yeah, it did. I'll have to get another jig man and double strength.
You could
pull the rod out and start doing it.
Can you just wind it up? Is it the threaded rod that's strict, or is it the nut? Because you might just be able to put another nut onto that and get the spanner on both nuts at once and keep going with it. But
It's dropped that far.
oh, has it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Stripped
Yeah.
out the thread, so I don't even know if it'll take. If I tighten that up, I think it'll end up just falling through. So
Maybe we need a bigger threaded rod for the rear ones.
maybe I think it actually might. Yeah.
Go to 10 mil, because that is a pretty big hole going through there.
Yeah.
10 mil.
So what millage did you use there?
We used 8
8
mil.
8 mil.
That's what we use for the front to work fine, but obviously these springs have a lot more tension on them.
Yeah.
So what have you done?
Okay, so what's happened is, as I've tightened it up, the thread's pulled out of the nut and it's dropped about 20 mil. So if I can't wind it because it's bound up now. I'll put 2 clamps on there so it'll hold there. But I think I'll have to go and buy some 10mm threaded rod to work with it.
What car do you want to do for Mighty Car Mods?
Coming out of the sun. The Mighty Car Mods.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm asking the questions. I'm not involved in the psyche behind the questions. Oh, look, I can see now.
I didn't know I was doing a car for Mighty Car Mods.
Apparently, yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. I was Moto Kid. I don't understand your question, nor does Brendan. We're not doing a car for Mighty Car Mods.
I don't know Mods.
I've never spoken to them.
Yeah, I've got plenty of stuff to do myself than to worry about other people, other YouTube channels. We've got plenty going on. This ute is something that I really, really want to get happening and done. So, yeah. Guys, I reckon we might, I need that other threaded rod to get that done, and it's extremely hot out there. So we might pull the pin on this today. Once that's lowered, I'll post a picture.
Now I understand your question. So, what was asked before, Brendan asked if we would get as big as Mighty Car Mods' channel.
Yes.
So, yeah, and they're totally, that's right, Mr. Jack, they're a totally different channel to what we are.
Yeah.
So, Moto Kid.
Professional.
The Dodgy Brothers. Yeah, they've got sponsors and they've been.
Subscribers,
Yeah.
so they can afford to do stuff that we can't.
Yeah, that's
they can
it.
afford to get racetracks and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm hoping in time
And they've
to
been
come-
at it for a long time too.
Oh, yeah, shit,
What have they been? 10 years?
be about that.
Yeah.
At least they're very
Yeah.
good at what they do.
And
I
they-
don't know.
yeah.
We're just going to see where it all leads, I suppose. I'll just things are growing
Hmm.
slowly, which is good, and we'll get there. But we're going to pull the pin for today, guys. Thank you very much for your support, people that gave super chats today.
Yes, thank
and
you very
everyone's
much.
Comments. Wednesday, if you haven't been onto shop Kingatow Crew
.com.
put in your email address, and then Wednesday, once the site goes live, you'll get a notification, and as new products come on thereafter, you'll get notifications. I'm going to get to the printers today, and I've got a few tows to do today.
Thank you, Mr. Jack, for your super chat, and Ben Arnold. They just did it
Thank
simultaneously.
you, Ben Arnold, and thanks, Mr. Jack, once again for your support and your super chats, guys. It does make a big difference, and yeah, to be able to spend time with you guys to do these lives. I hope you enjoyed this morning, guys. The dyna is moving forward and still will be given away to you guys. Yeah. There'll be another video. I went to edit last night and then my computer decided to do an update for 3 hours, so I got nothing done. But yeah, I've got a couple there that are almost done editing, so they'll be up very soon for you guys. Bit on the Valiant, bit on the Ute, bit on the XR8, and yeah. All right, guys.
And thank you, Letho, for answering all the questions too.
Yeah.
Thanks for...
Yeah, if you've got any questions about building an engine or you want any advice or anything, feel free to message me on the Kingatow Parts and Engine Reconditioning site. Or just, yeah, just buzz on the phone number. So.
Yep.
All right, guys.
Awesome.
See you.